If Purdue sets a stagger screen with Zach Edey in the game, there's a pretty good chance an alley-oop could be on the way. This is technically unofficial, but I still feel very confident saying Virginia's Jay Huff leads the country in reverse dunks. Don't throw the ball into the corner when you're inbounding against Florida State. They want to trap you there. That's 3 teams down. We have 65 more to go. But first, I've been filling out March Madness brackets since I was 8. I'd watch games, read articles, and then obsess over my picks. 2004 must have been a particularly obsessive year for me. I made 4 brackets. And I still remember in 2003 that 9-year-old me would have won my dad's office pool if Hakeem Warwick didn't famously block this shot. I picked Kansas to win it all that year. Then, sometime years later around middle school, I discovered the KenPom rankings, and it completely changed the way I filled out a bracket forever. It's legitimately bizarre for me to think about how we used to just blindly fill them out without an analytical resource like KenPom. Fast forward now another 10 years in my life, and I got the excitement of living out a childhood dream, participating in 2 NCAA tournaments as a member of the New Mexico State coaching staff. See that notebook I'm holding in my hand? Guess what was the first thing inside of it? KenPom stats. Our scouting reports for March Madness and our conference tournament were all full of KenPom info. Literally, as Charles Barkley was picking us on national TV to beat Clemson,
I'm going with the upset. I'm taking New Mexico State.
I was already pulling up the Clemson KenPom page. Personally, the 2 places I always start with on KenPom are the 4 factors to get a feel for their style of play, and the depth chart section to look at their lineups construction. A subscription to KenPom is just $20 and gives you access to the same exact info that is used by nearly every coaching staff in the tournament. Click on my link in the description and subscribe now to help you fill out your bracket. And honestly, here's the best part. Once your bracket inevitably gets busted like everyone else in the country, now you have someone to blame. Truly a win-win situation. If the defense tries to front 7-footer Colton Cole, Abilene Christian is great at throwing the lob pass over the top to him. Pace and space describes the Alabama offense. They play the fastest of any team in the field, and 47% of their shots are from 3. In App State's motion offense, they use ghost screens to open up gaps for drives to the basket. When Arkansas is playing against a star player, they'll double team the ball as soon as it gets over half court and dare the worst offensive player to beat them instead. Because of Baylor's defensive versatility, they switch just about every off-ball screen. It stalls out the offense's plan and leads to isolation with the shot clock winding down. While a ball screen is occurring, BYU uses duck-ins with their big men to carve out driving lanes for the guards. Amir Sims leads Clemson in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and effective field goal percentage. Cleveland State is number 1 in the Horizon League in steals. They're at their best when the defense creates their offense. Colgate likes to run and gun on offense. Expect that first-round matchup against Arkansas to be a track meet. Colorado enters March Madness shooting 82.2% from the foul line. The NCAA record was set by Harvard in 1984, also at 82.2%. Watch out for UConn's fake ball screen set that goes into a lob for James Bouknight. Creighton runs the dizziest out-of-bounds play of any team in the tournament, with Marcus Zagorowski running around in circles. Drake's leading scorer, Tank Hemphill, has been out for the last 9 games, but he's expected to play in the tourney. They're 19-1 with him in the lineup. Drexel's at their best when driving to create for others with kick-out threes. The Big Sky's Player of the Year, Tanner Groves, fights to steal his man in the post for Eastern Washington. Florida hunts for Noah Locke threes in transition. Locke is shooting 41% from 3 on 6 attempts per game. Georgetown had 14 offensive rebounds in their Big East Finals win over Creighton. That's their best source of offense. Georgia Tech uses a 1-3-1 zone on over a quarter of their defensive possessions. The most underappreciated Gonzaga player might be Joel Ayayi. He's especially good at sneaking along the baseline for cuts to the basket. Grand Canyon has a lot of size for a mid-major. Ash Midgard is a powerful 7-footer, and Alessandro Lever at 6'10 is more finesse with pick and pop ability. Be careful with the ball around Tracy Carter. He's the Hartford record holder for most steals in a single season. Houston aggressively double teams the post. They're number 1 in the country in effective field goal percentage defense. Illinois uses drop coverage when defending ball screens to keep Kofi Coburn near the rim for protection. Like most Rick Pitino teams, Iona's strength is defense. They pressure the ball, deny passes, and make you operate your offense way beyond the three-point line. When Luka Garza posts up, he usually draws help, so Iowa uses weak side screens to take advantage. Kansas ices ball screens. Their improvement in ball screen defense was a big reason they allowed the fewest points per possession in the Big 12. You can't go under the dribble handoff with Darius McGee. Liberty is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the field. You better be able to hit off the dribble jumpers against Loyola Chicago. Their defense forces more of those than any other in the country. LSU has some tough shot makers in Cam Thomas, Trendon Watford, and Javonte Smart. As a team, they score more out of isolations than any other in the field. Maryland sets pin downs and stagger screens to get Aaron Wiggins attacking. Michigan's offense is at their best when Hunter Dickinson's drawing a double team, and the rest of the team then uses ball movement to create an open shot. Michigan State assists on 64% of their made baskets. That's number 6 in the country. Missouri's Jeremiah Tillman leads the entire Big 12 in effective field goal percentage, in part due to his finishing ability as a ball screen roller. Morehead State is 14th in the country in block percentage thanks to OVC Freshman of the Year Johnny Broome. Mount St. Mary's is the slowest paced team in the field not named Virginia. Even right after a steal or a block, they'll slow down and control the pace. Norfolk State uses the horns alignment to run quick hitters like this screen the screener action. North Carolina's best offense is a missed shot. Thanks to their depth at the 4 and the 5, they're the best offensive rebounding team in the country. Javion Hamlet leads the country in made floaters, including this eventual game winner that sent North Texas dancing. Ohio's Jason Preston is one of the most exciting players to watch in the tourney. Just look at this pass. Ohio State creates angles for E.J. Liddell to seal his man in the middle of the floor. You gotta stay down on the Austin Reeves pump fake. The Oklahoma guard draws 6 fouls per 40 minutes. Oklahoma State is 4-0 in overtime games, in part because Cade Cunningham has hit clutch shot after clutch shot in close games. Oral Roberts has a lethal pick and pop combo in Max Asmus and Kevin O'Banner. Both of them shoot well over 40% from 3. Oregon still runs some of Dana Altman's spread offense, with a first cutter, a second cutter, and then some type of pinch post action. Oregon State's sharpshooter is Jared Lucas. He had a total of 10 threes in their surprise run in the Pac-12 tourney. Miles Johnson is vicious as a shot blocker for Rutgers. Usually we think of Virginia or Arizona when it comes to pack line defenses, but San Diego State's pack line is better than both of them this season. St. Bonaventure runs one of my favorite set plays, ending with a corner cut along the baseline for a lob. Just enjoy this behind the back pass from Alan Griffin in Syracuse's ACC tournament game. Yves Pons is almost guaranteed to make your jaw drop during a Tennessee game with one of his block shots. Texas uses 34 ball screens per game. No other high major team uses over 30. Texas Southern uses drag screens and early offense to put their leading scorer Michael Weathers into attacking situations. Texas Tech's no-middle defense forces you baseline and then brings early help outside the paint. UC Santa Barbara sets early pin downs for Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Then if the defense steps up to help, McLaughlin just throws the lob. Tiger Campbell's passing ability puts him on a pretty prestigious list of UCLA point guards. Isaiah Miller is an above-the-rim finisher in transition for UNC Greensboro, to say the least. USC is second in the country in defensive two-point percentage thanks to Evan Mobley's length and athleticism. Utah State is the only team in the tournament ranked in the top 20 in both offensive and defensive rebounding percentage. It's not quite as frequent as the old Havoc days, but VCU still does full-court press to create turnovers. Villanova uses high-low action to get Jeremiah Robinson Earl operating around the foul line. If a Virginia Tech player raises his hand, it's usually just as a decoy for some type of tricky misdirection. West Virginia's gone to 4-out and even 5-out spacing since Oscar Tshiebwe left the team, and it's been working offensively. Winthrop's point guard Chandler Vaudrin is the only player to record 3 triple-doubles this season. 43% of Wichita State shots in transition are three-pointers. Wisconsin's swing offense turns the ball over on just 13% of possessions. That's second in the country. Thank you very much for watching, and a reminder that the link to KenPom is in the description. I've also done 4 deep dives in the last month or so on this channel of Iowa, Loyola Chicago, Michigan, and Houston. Check those out before you fill out your bracket, and please hit those like and subscribe buttons. We're just getting started with our March Madness videos.
Coach, what you got to say to him, Coach? What you saying to him, Coach?
Huh?
What you got to say to him?
Who am I talking to?
The people, man.